You can make money all the different types of ways. What you want to do later doesn't get away from you when you're getting caught up in what's going on. Condensing all your lifestyle so that it can fit your budget.
Don't show loyalty to a company you can't even get a living wage from them. I'm not a guru, I'm a Doru because I actually do this business. Hey guys, this is Nasser, aka the Real Estate Doru. I'm not a guru, I'm a Doru because I actually do this business. And today I want to bring you guys some of the basics. Some of the things that I had to learn and I was doing. Now I was blessed, I had two good parents who gave me the foundation of saving at a very young age. But not everybody was blessed like me. However, I did have to get really intense with my budgeting when I started my real estate journey. Because as some of you who follow my channel, you know we have to have marketing dollars. When we first get started, our business doesn't fund our business. We fund our business. So our 9 to 5 funds our 5 to 9. But we have to budget the money because we have to run our household, make sure all the bills are getting paid on time. You don't want to intentionally neglect bills and then have money for marketing. I brought in an expert, Jonathan Thomas. All right, so Jonathan Thomas runs a YouTube channel, and I'm gonna let you give them a description of your YouTube channel and the name of it and your Instagram.
So you can reach me at J Thomas Solution on IG. The Money Talks YouTube channel is all about learn how to budget, make the decision, get your decision making right, manage because sometimes you're already in debt, so you don't know what decision to make to get yourself in the best place. And then lastly, put you on a path to where you're building wealth. So give you all the information from stocks to real estate to Forex to even coming this week, Bitcoin, so that you understand you can make money all the different types of ways. But it's all gonna be what's your choice and what's gonna work for you. So the ultimate goal is for you to build wealth and have financial independence the way you want it.
All right, so Jonathan, why is budgeting money important? We're generally told, right? As a masses, I used to work in banking. 2008 up until 2012, I got fired from my last job. And you know, the bank tries to give out some very generic budgeting programs like rewarding yourself. One bank I worked for, they had a program where every time you swiped your debit card, they put $1 in the savings. Okay, yeah, there you go. Things like that, right? But they're generic, they don't really explain it to you. It's not their job to, all right? And I've noticed it was a guy. He was making $10,000 a month. He was making it coming. I see the paycheck come in every month, right?
Right.
But his account was in negative.
Right.
Okay. So I said I had to ask him. I said, "Sir," I was in the call center. I said, "What do you do?" I'm in IT and I travel. That's what I do. I said, "Well, sir, do you know your account's in negative right now?" He said, "Yeah. My wife stays at home and she does all the spending." So what I recommend him doing was open up 2 accounts. Have the bill account and the money to save.
Absolutely.
We got the accounts open. I don't know if he got his wife on board. But this is why I just wanted to ask you, why is budgeting money important? Like,
well, anything you do in life has to be done in a, I hate to say it, it's not sexy, but a little bit of a structured way. So you're in real estate. When they build a house, they don't just go to a piece of land and just bring a whole bunch of materials and it just becomes a house. No, there's a vision for what the house is going to work, where they're going to put the rooms, where they're going to put the bathroom, how that's coordinated. And sometimes it's a compliance thing. But with your money, the whole thing about the budget is, and a lot of people don't like the word budget because it just seems constricted. But the fact is, look at it as your cash flow plan, because this is what you're doing. You're managing your cash flow. And all you're trying to do is, on paper, say, these are the decisions I'm going to make this month. So the purpose of doing the whole plan is so that your month doesn't necessarily revolve around a goal you have in 6 months or a goal you have in a year or 10 years. How you get to those goals is the things you do daily, monthly, weekly, or weekly, monthly. So having that budget and the purpose of it is so that you can handle the choices you can do now. You got to pay your lights, you got to pay your water, you got little outings you have to do, but at the same time not detract from, hey, I still need to save for my house, I still need to save for a car, I still need to save for a long-term vacation, Christmas, an investment opportunity that I'm trying to do in 2 or 3 years. That's the purpose of actually doing your budget. And the joy you can get out of that is you know where your money is. So if you need to ramp up or your priorities shift, maybe something comes out of nowhere, you can change things in your budget. But the whole purpose of it is so that what you want to do later doesn't get away from you when you're getting caught up in what's going on.
I understand that, and I understand the importance of it. Back in the days when, I tell people all the time, when I first got started, I was broke, young, If I make $12 an hour, right now in 2021, I make $12 an hour. I live in a major city. Mm-hmm. Now, in most major cities, you need at minimum $20 an hour to afford a one-bedroom. Yeah. Okay, afford a one-bedroom apartment. In most major cities, I make $12 an hour, so technically I'm broke. I live in paycheck. I'm living paycheck to paycheck. Do I need a budget? Is that for me too?
Yeah, you especially need to budget, because the way you're making your decisions, if you're making $12,000 an hour in any major city, that's the poverty line. That means the average income should be around 40 just to survive. Meaning for food, just to get the bare essential food, water, car, clothes on your back. You're gonna need to budget even more, but then also you're gonna need to take a step further and look at, number one, how can I get my income up? I may not be able to get a full apartment by myself in this major city. So then you start looking at alternative ways of living. Maybe you just get a room with somebody. That can cut your costs down, meaning you're condensing all your lifestyle so that it can fit your budget. And a lot of times that one room and that couple shelves that they give you in the house and that bathroom access, if you're probably in that 20 to 25 age range, that's going to be suitable. But if you're $12 an hour and you're closer to 29 and maybe you got a kid, that may not be suitable for you. You have to take care of the basics. So if that $12 an hour can only pay for your rent, your heat, and your food, that's all you can do right now until you get your income up and then start handling the extra stuff like the debt or savings and things of that nature.
Basically, if you're at the $12 an hour and all you can handle is your basics, then it's extremely important to work on you, become more marketable to the job place, so that either you get a promotion at your job making some more money, or you market yourself outside your job. Like what I did, my first job was $10 an hour. So, but I got a skill. That skill got me to $12.50 an hour. Now, fortunately, this was 12, 11 years ago when Charlotte was just cheap. Mm-hmm. Charlotte was cheap. So, and you could afford a one bedroom. What you did, even if it's just experience, let's say you don't go back to school or anything, put your resume together, go look at other companies that pay you a living wage. Don't show loyalty to a company you can't even get a living wage from them. So just put that together and work on yourself, man. And I don't know about you, man, but I started budgeting. I always was a saver, but I started budgeting when I was broke. Mm-hmm. So when I got money, I didn't blow it.
Yeah.
I didn't blow it.
And for me, it was kind of similar. Like, I had lost a job, just graduated from college. I had lost a job or was leaving a job, and I was transitioning into my first job at a bank. But before I actually accepted that offer and got that offer, the thing that hit me was, I remember to this day, and it carries with me, sitting in my couch in my apartment. I had rent for that month, so I wasn't really worried about that, but I was just puzzled with the fact that I've worked up until that point, so I'm 25, 26, so I've worked since I was 13, 10, 11, something like that, and I was like, how come I don't have any money? And for this situation, I'm like, I've left a couple jobs, and I've always had a little gap, and I've needed money. I'm like, how come I don't have any money in my account? So one of the things that I really focused on was I was trying to figure out, and I didn't know how to budget. I didn't know anything like that. And then when I started working in banking, I realized, well, I'm not alone in this whole thing. A lot of people don't know how to do it. Even people that work at the bank don't know how to do it. And they're supposed to educate us. So it was one of those things of, absolutely, that was the piece that first year, learning the budget. I was making about $29,000 a year. I saved my first 10 grand that first year. Changed my life forever, because I'm like, I had bonuses and I worked, but it made me work harder because I could actually see my money. And that's the thing that I think one part of people don't know how much money they actually have, and then the other people don't really see the value on what they can do with the money. And I'll even tell you, I know it might be difficult, especially right now, losing jobs and things like that, and people are worried about their credit score. I will tell you, credit score is an algorithm. Just like you're down, everyone who's down, the way America is, that's why people get 4 or 5 different chances. You ain't gonna be down your whole life. Yeah. just being honest. You know what I mean? It might be rough. You might get sick of the people calling you, but just the fact is, Once you get your stuff together, don't worry about that you can't pay them, because I had that same thing. When I started the bank, I had a 510 credit score. By year 3 and working in financial services, saving, budgeting, taking advantage and doing the right thing and paying off debt, I had a 720. By year 4 or 5, I had an 800. That by the 800, I had already started saving, so I was less valued on the credit score, and I was more valued on actual having money. Yeah, you can get yourself there very quickly, but it is, you have to sit down and you have to know what's going on. And then budget is simply what's my priority, what's most important, and above all, food, shelter, clothes, car. That's your transportation, because you gotta get back and forth to work. You don't have to go get the best car, but you gotta have something, or Uber, or whatever you got to do. But you do have to handle those things first. And then if you have something left, then you have to start thinking about, okay, what time we in? If I got a stimulus or something, let me get at least $2,000-$3,000 saved up so something will occur, but I'm a little bit more prepared. And then you might want to start knocking off one small debt here and there. You know what I mean?
As far as what we went over the importance, let me say this before I wrap this video up, right? Can you give somebody 3 tips to start budgeting today? Like when I got started, it was pen and paper.
Okay.
Pen and paper, but it was mint.com back in the day.
Okay, yeah.
Mint.com.
Personal capital, I think, is what everybody run into.
Okay, so tell us about personal capital. Tell us about
personal capital. They'll consolidate pretty much all your accounts, wherever it's 401k, all the bank accounts, so you can see everything in one place. Most people don't usually have all their banking in one place. Obviously, you want to spread your money around. But when you think about your budgeting, before you get to the debt, just look at everything you pay in the month. If you don't really have a good gauge, if you a lot of people like to use their debit card a lot, because I'm a cash person, but a lot of people use their debit card. Go pull your bank statement, write down your rent, write down your card. It'll tell you. And if you really want to get aggressive, pull it for the last 90 days. And that way you can see, hey, I spent $300 on groceries in March. I spent $400 in April or February. I spent $100 in January. What is the likely expense that I'm going to have throughout this, given my lifestyle? How much am I spending on my phone? Am I paying for my phone and I didn't even know it? Am I paying for insurance on my phone and it's not really going to cover me like I think, So you got to comb through those things. Am I paying for the Netflix, the Hulu and all this, but I'm only using one, Actuality. Do I have a ridiculous amount of internet and cable, which is one that I think people miss a lot? I carry just internet enough for one device. And people have internet and they have hotspots in multiple different rooms. But really think about it. Humans are a creature of consistency. Where do you typically do your internet at? Have the internet for that room. But don't think about trying to pay all this large package and all that. It's not gonna work. Just like you paying for 1,000 channels, but most people typically only watch maybe the 10, 5 same. So what good was it to pay for 1,000 different channels? So these are things you want to think about, but the actual practical piece, you want to write all your expenses down, write your income down, and know what you have to pay out of each check. And if in the month, when you do it for a full month, so if you got $500 left over in the month or $200 left over, each check, you should really be pulling 50% of that. So if it's $500, you should be pulling $250 each check. If it's $100, then you should be pulling $50 each check. The purpose of that is so that you're not going a long time without actually getting money. And when you go get that money, you should feel confident because you've already planned for everything else.
So there you have it. We're gonna wrap that up. I hope you guys, took those tips and apply them to your life. And make sure you go to the blog Real Estate Doru, put your name and email in. And as usual, guys, I'll see you on the next one. Follow me on Instagram. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe.